Hi, I'm Ben from Spitfire's Customer Experience team. This How It Works video is about Zimmer Strings Signal Mixer. When you launch a preset, you'll see the signal mixer at the bottom. If you don't see it, click on this icon and it'll load up. By default, all the presets have the tree signal faded up. To introduce other microphones, fade the signal up with the fader. You can also map each fader to a MIDI controller by right-clicking, as you would expect. When you fade a signal out, you'll notice that it gets unloaded from RAM and reloaded as you fade up. Be aware that when you load a signal into RAM, you'll need to wait for the information to be loaded into RAM before you can play back without any glitching. Scrolling right on the available signals gives you all the additional signals available. If a signal isn't available for a technique, it'll simply be grayed out rather than removed. Just be aware of that. On the left-hand side here, we have a global switch. What this means is any changes that you make to the mixer will be applied to any technique in that preset. Turn this off, and changes you make to the mixer will only be applied to that one technique. By default, it'll load into the advanced view. Turning this off will show you our simple mixer. You might be familiar with this from our other libraries. This allows you a simple way of moving the perspective closer or further away. What this does in practice is if you fade into the close perspective, you'll get mostly the close mics. Some are in the middle, mostly the tree mics, and further away, mostly the ambient mics. It's worth mentioning that if you're actually riding this fader, it's a really good idea to turn off the automatic unload with mixer fader option in the settings. Additionally, in the advanced view, on the right hand side, we have a stereo width control and a pan control. These apply to the close and spot signals only, so the main close mic and further close mics and spot mics further to the right in the signal mixer. If you've got a mix that you want to apply to other presets and techniques, then you can save your mix. In the top left of the mixer here are your save and load icons. Click here to save. Change something and load that mix up again. There we go. In the top right, the lock icon, you can click this to avoid further changes. It's worth noting that if you have a fader assigned to a MIDI controller and you move that MIDI controller, it won't change anything, but when you unlock the mixer again, it will jump to where that MIDI controller was. That's it for now. See you on the next one.